morning, Mom and friends. Now we will present the result of our paperwork entitled Central Banking. Before that, let's introduce. My name is Junita Maria Riwu.
And my name is Jessica Kandun.
My name is Yurani Buda Pakere.
My name is Ifranovina Kalistin.
My name is Marcus Pinto.
And now I will first talk about the story of central bank. The story of central banks follow the evolution of capitalism, the bank system, and the development of the rationality of modern countries. Since the beginning of the modern era, central bank has been linked to the history of the money, but it remains a distant development until the early 20th century. And central banking was an almost unique phenomenon in Europa. While money has been used around the world since science times, the Bank of Japan was established in 1882 on the model of European central banks, which were again modeled after the central banks of European countries and the United States and advised by economic from those countries, namely doctors of money. The number of central banks doubled between the end of the 19th century and the late, from around 2040. This trend continued after the Second World War, driven by two new factors in the increase of number of sovereign states after the end of the colonial period and the final financial multi- multi- multilateralism great and Bretton Woods. Having a central bank was a guarantee of participation in the international financial system and thus a side of political and international integration. Therefore, central banks were especially integrated into the state apparatus. The number of central banks increased steadily from 1945 to the 1990. There were there were about 1,000 central banks in the 19 and 70 and about uh, 1,000 1,080 central banks signs of 90 and 19 and 19, almost in the countries of the central banks.
The following is roles or function of central banking compared to other banks. Central bank and commercial banks are two different types of institutions that play distinct roles in the financial system. Here's the breakdown of their key function. The first, central bank. Central formulate monetary policy. Central banks are responsible for setting interest rate and managing the money supply to achieve economic goals like price stability and full employment. 2. Issue currency. They have the exclusive right to print a country's banknotes and coins. 3. Overseas commercial banks. Central banks act the bankers' bank, providing reserve to commercial banks and regulating their activities to ensure financial system stability. 4. Manages government accounts. they hold government deposit and handle government debt issuance. 5. Act as lender of last resort. Central bank can provide emergency loans to banks facing liquidity problems to prevent financial crises. Two, commercial banks. One, accept deposit. Commercial banks take deposit from individuals and business, offering them checking account, saving account, and other deposit product. Two, grant loans. They use deposit funds and provide loans to individuals and business, allowing them to invest, buy homes, or finance other activities. Three, provides financial service. Commercial banks offer a wide range of financial service, including money transfers, cashier's check, and wealth management product. Four, earn profits. Commercial banks are profit-driven institutions that earn money by charging interest on loans and fees for service. And the three, investment bank. Point one, to generate income. Bank invest to generate income for their shareholders and depositors. This income can be used to pay dividends, interest or on deposit, and other expense. Number two, to manage risk. Bank also invest to manage risk. For example, a bank might invest to government bonds to reduce its exposure to credit risk. Number three, to meet regulatory requirements. Banks are subject to a number of regulations that require them to hold certain types of assets. Number four, to support economic growth. Bank can also invest to support economic growth. For example, a bank might invest in loans to small business or on infrastructure project.
Role of central banking for the nation's economy. The role of central bank in the economy is as follows. 1. Prime stability as the main objective of monetary policy. Example, Bank Indonesia set inflation as its main monetary policy objective and strive to keep inflation in the range of 2 to 4% per year. 2. As of ex-lead nominal reference. Example, Bank Indonesia as the inflation target as in explains nominal reference in its monetary policy. 3. Focus on goal achievement. Example, Bank Indonesia states that exempting the inflation target is the main focus of its monetary policy. 4. Independent its instrument. Example, Bank Indonesia has independent in selecting and using monetary policy instrument to achieve their set objective. 5. Accountability. Example, Bank Indonesia as record that provide accountability reports on its performance to the Parliament on a regular basis. 6. Transparency and communication. Example, Bank Indonesia regulate publish appearances of future in inflation and interest rates to improve transparency. 7. Financial stability as an objective. Example, Bank Indonesia set financial stability as one of its main policy objectives in education to price stability.
Central banking policies must maintain stabilization economy now and future. According to International Monetary Fund 2022, central banks play a crucial role in maintaining economic stability by employing a range of monetary policy tools to, to influence macroeconomic conditions. The specific policies adopted by central banks vary depending on the prevailing economic circumstances and the unique characteristic of its country's economy.
Cepat.
Current central banking policies. Monetary policy in the post-COVID-19 era challenges and opportunities. In the current economic environment, characteristic characterized by rising inflation, concerns, and the lingering effect of the COVID-19 pandemic. Central banks around the world are implementing a range of policies to address this challenge. 1. Monetary policy tightening. A prominent strategy involves monetary policy tightening, which entails raising interest rates. This measure aims to curb
Itu kan coba bisa baca dari situ.
Sudah, dia pulang ke Balari ini makanya beda. Raising interest rate. The measure aims to curb excessive economic growth and inflationary pressure by making growing more expensive. 2. Quantitative tightening. In addition to raising interest rates, some central banks are also implementing quantitative tightening measures. Their future policy intentions to market participants. 4. macro, macroprudential tools. Alongside monetary policy, central banks are also utilizing macroprudential tools to safeguard financial system stability. Future considerations for central banking policies. As the global economy continues to evolve and face new challenges, central banks will need to adapt their policies accordingly. Key considerations now issues.
The fifth material is strength and weakness of central banking. Strength of central bank. This help to protect depositors' savings and prevent financial crises that could destabilize the economy. They can influence interest rates to make borrowing more or less attractive, thereby affecting business investment decisions. Additionally, they can provide liquidity to financial markets and support specific sectors of the economy during challenging times. This role is crucial in preventing financial crises from spreading and destabilizing the broader economy. By providing emergency loans, central banking can help to restore market confidence and maintain financial stability. Weakness of central banking. These external shocks can make it challenging for central banks to achieve their objective of price stability and financial stability. There is no one size fits all approach, and the effectiveness of monetary policy can vary depending on the specific circumstance. Central banking face the challenge of making timely and effective decisions in a dynamic and often unpredictable economic environment. Central banking need to carefully consider the potential sides effect of their policies and adapt their approach as needed.
And the following is different and similarities between the roles and central banks in developing and non-developing countries. The roles of central banks in developing and developed countries exhibit both similarities and differences shaped by the distinct economic context and developmental needs of these nations. The first is similarities. Is there is point one, monetary policy implementation. Central bank in both developing and developed countries are responsible for implementing monetary policy to control inflation and stabilize the economy. Number two, financial stability. Ensuring financial stability is crucial function of central banks across all countries. This includes overseeing and regulating the banking sector, acting as a lender of last resort, and managing systemic risk to prevent financial crisis. Number three, currency issues. Currency issuance. Central bank in both contexts are responsible for issuing and managing the national currency, which involves designing and distributing currency notes and coins, and ensuring for integrity of the financial system. The following is difference. Number one, economic environment. The developing countries often face higher inflation rates, more volatile exchange rates, and greater external shock compared to developed countries. As a result, central banks in developing countries may prioritize stabilizing and currency and managing foreign exchange reserves for interstelly than their counterparts in developed countries. Number two, financial market development. Development countries typically have more mature and sophisticated financial markets. Central banks in these countries operate in an environment with well established capital market and financial institution. Number three, institutional capacity. Central bank in developing country generally have stronger institutional frameworks, greater operational independence, and more advanced technological infrastructure. Number four, developmental role. In developing countries, central banks often play a more active role in supporting economic development. This can include policies aimed at promoting financial inclusion, supporting microfinance institutions, and providing credit to priority sectors like agriculture and small business. While central banks in both developing and developed countries share core responsibilities, their roles and challenges are influenced by the specific economic condition, and developmental needs of their respective countries. Understanding this difference is crucial for formulating policies and address to unique circumstances faced by each country.
Okay, this is all we can present. Thank you.